Okay, I'm going to draw another. I just drew one of these things, and now I'm going to draw this one. And what I'm going to do is draw sort of this area right here. Okay, why isn't that working? There, that area right there. You'll see the scooper thing on the front. You'll see the plow behind it and some of the yellow contraptions above it. So we get a new thing, color fill, black, and now we've got a lot of tan and brown ground and rusty metally nastiness happening. So what I'm drawing now is those are the treads of the caterpillar. There's the gray of the ground. Here's the, I'm going to change my position a little tiny bit here. Here's the scoop in the front. Here's the plow behind. Here's the other plow here. And there's a shadow cast of the plow, of the scoop on the plow, which you see right there. And the rest is shades of gray and tan, and maybe a little speck of yellow here or there where the yellow color of the machine is shown. This is the cab. And now we do the yellow bits. Big piston, shadow of the big piston, the plate behind the engine right there. And then on the plow, or on the scoop in the front, we have the parts of the scoop that are yellow. Oh dear. And there's other parts of the scoop here. And there's a piston there. And then there's all of this cast metal elements of the scoop here. I love these things. You know, they're like Tonka toys but big. I used to play with Tonka toys when I was a kid, as I'm sure many of you did in your youth. Did you grow up to be a construction worker? I didn't. But you may have. There's some bright green trees in the distance that are being hit by light. And there's some blue skies smiling at me. Right there. Everything else is dark, and there's a bridge above us. Oh, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of blue sky smiling at me, reflected, believe it or not, there and there. And what are those things? Those are the railroad tracks in the distance. And there's some concrete things here, and there's some shadows there, or shadows. Okay, now I have to draw more of this front scoop part. The color of this thing is interesting. It's sort of a reddish, pale reddish, rusty, I don't know what color it is. That's the color right there, kind of. And the plow is made of the same color. My light is changing. So the shadow of the thing I'm drawing now that's cast on the plow behind is moving on me. Okay, through the cab window you see some green trees. That's what I just drew, green trees up there. Oh, there's a, right here is a fire extinguisher. Safety first. And then here there's a thing there, and I don't know. Okay, I want bright yellow. This is still too dull a drawing, but the bright yellow is right here where the sun, the photons that are coming 93 million miles from our local star are hitting without any obstructions. They're also hitting here without obstruction. What do you think? Are we done with that one? Let's do a different one here. I'm walking a few feet this way, and I'm just going to draw this part of it, right? I'm going to draw, no, I'm going to draw this area right there, that area on this new drawing. Color fill, black. I often start with black because I find it more dynamic. I draw where the light is, not where the shadows are. So here's where the bottom of that arm is. And there's bright yellow where those photons are hitting without being obstructed by anything. But behind that, there's some very bright gray of the ground in the background, and you see it here through that little bit right there. I don't know what the heck it is. It's where tubes come from the hydraulic end of things up to the piston, I think. Then over here you get, why am I not seeing what I'm drawing? The sun is now hitting the screen, and I see my reflection more than I'm seeing what I'm drawing here. Hate when that happens. Oh, I see what I've done. I've accidentally zoomed out. It's okay. I meant to do that. It's like when you get a billiard ball in the wackiest possible shot. You say, oh, I meant to do that. Well, no, of course I didn't mean to do that. That's in the wrong spot too. I did not mean to do that. Okay, here's the treads. It belongs there. That's holding up the bridge. Here's the front of the plow right there. How's that? Compositionally, it's not very interesting, is it? Let's try a different one. Colorful black. I'll try to pick a better thing. Maybe I'll go back to the other one. Yeah, this one has something. This still has something going for it. Way at the top of this arm is the concrete piling holding up the overpass. And then you've got the overpass and everything is dark. Okay, yellow, now it's yellow. Piston here, light bouncing off the top of the thing that you cannot see. It's illuminating the bottom of the piston. Actually, that's not the piston. The piston is the silver thing. I don't know what that's called. The thing that holds the piston. But it's right up here, right where I'm drawing, right this very second, that has the photons from the sun hitting it directly. Right? So you have to have that lightsaber sound when you're drawing light. There's a resident architect from the building on her, one of the resident architects. There's another little bit of something there where the light is hitting. Everything else, though, is sort of in shade. Now, I think I told, oh no, not everything. There's some bright. This is bright, and that's bright. I think there's a headlamp to this thing right there, and its housing is right there, and there's some pipes. Oh, there's a thing right here that I have to draw in. It's my dirty yellow. Come on. And then there's that bright light hitting right there, right there. sun is moving, so we're getting more bright light.
Good.
Hello, how are you?
Look at this. He's coming to see his buddy.
I'm recording this, so you're on my recording, which is okay. One of my neighbors has a dog that hates me. And it's mutual. Isn't it, Huey? Yes, it is.
Where's my donut?
Where's my donut? He says. I'm not a dog lover. I'm talking to my audience here. I'm talking to you too, Bill. I'm not trying to say that I'm not.
That's fine. Gotta capture this beast before it disappears.
Yeah, Bill is talking about the fact that there will be soon a fence that will block all of the sound of the trains that are going to be going past here. And if you believe that, I'll sell you that bridge.
Well, we're getting older, so we're getting deafer too.
Oh, we're getting deafer. Yeah, that should have been. We should have figured that out before. Okay, now bye. So he is now left, and I don't remember where I was in my conversation, but that's okay. Doesn't make any difference where I was. Okay, somewhere there's some bright light happening. There's a little bit of sky showing through. I don't know if it's sky. Yes, that is sky. That's not what I was going to draw. Right here is some bright lights. This headlamp is not as bright as I made it because it's not turned on and the light isn't hitting it. There's some other silvery colored things here. There's a little tube that goes over there. There's a little nut or something there. Oh, and then up here we have rubber hydraulic tubes that fly off and go elsewhere. So there that one is, more or less. Do we like this one? No. Yes. Make that lighter. No, that's way too light. Make this darker. There we go. Yes, we're going to have a big 30-foot tall wall that is going to obscure all of these really cool visuals. Eventually they'll be less interesting. They'll just be trains. But I would rather hear noise and see things than... Hi, good.
The light this morning is
It's amazing.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I'm recording this so you'll hear your voice.
Oh,
For
nice.
YouTube, I'm just showing how I draw things. And it's another dog walker. Now, this is a dog that doesn't hate me like the other one. But this is indifferent to me as I am with it.
Yeah.
And you used to have a cat, right? What was
Yeah.
his name?
Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Siamese, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice light on that.
Are you more of a cat person or a dog person? Do you, if you
I'm
had
an
to?
animal person. I
Oh.
love cats. I
Oh.
love dogs.
Okay.
I love pretty much every... No, I'm not good. Snake.
You love all of Darwin's little creatures.
They're great and small. No, I couldn't. They're both wonderful animals.
Well, I just...
Yellow is always a hard color to work with. It muddies so fast.
Yeah,
But you
but that color yellow I'm using is pretty muddy to begin with.
yeah,
I mean, right
and
here
you're,
it
you're
isn't.
keeping it. You're very good at understanding how to create a lot of volume. It's
Well,
nice.
it's easy to not get muddy on an iPad. If I was painting this with oil paints, it would just be all shades of brown
Yeah,
and gray.
it's true. Yeah, it's the light's important. I was at my parents' last night,
Uh-huh.
looking out over Back Bay, and it was just the light reflecting.
Okay, see you later. Bye. Neighbor Gina Kamentsky, Kamentsky, is a great sculptor and videographer and collage maker, and very lucky having her as a neighbor. She also often goes on trips, and I have a key to her house, and I'm able to store some of my things in there while I'm renovating, which always happens. Well, I'm walking back to the building now, so I think I'll turn this off. I don't know if I taught you anything that is of value to you, but maybe you could see in the discussion and how I draw by watching this. And maybe that will inspire you to draw a construction tool like this. Machine. That's the word I wanted. Machine. Oh, there's another dog. God, we have so many dogs here. Anyway, be good. Bye.